Alright, welcome to Mothership, Atlas bearing the heavens. Let me take us to our first screen. And it should look dim for you. The first sounds you hear are the steady, high-pitched whine as your auditory nerve begins to fire. It will take a few moments for that to correct itself. Your vision will take a few moments longer. The allure of sleeping just a little longer pulls at you like a drug. Dreams induced during cryosleep are repetitive and dull, curated by the company to promote a low-stress experience. The blaring alarm klaxon quickly begins to invade your thoughts, and training takes over. Let me bring up this image. Your limbs begin to twitch and tingle, a telltale sign you have been in cryosleep longer than anticipated. Just how long, you don't know, but considering your mission, you would still be sleeping if everything on board the USCC Atlas were going according to plan. You are a member of the DRU, the Disaster Recovery Unit for Tokugawa Enterprises' colonization efforts. The memories of the exact mission directive will take some time to recall. The best bet is to access the computer panel in the DRU cryo chamber and reacquaint yourself with your mission. Bonnie 5. The first thing you notice as your eyes begin to focus on the image in front of you is that the mission elapsed time has been extended by 32,740 days. And the current ship power is at 0.005%. Something has clearly gone wrong. Let me pull us
It would appear we're down on power.
Very much so. And we were supposed to, our mission was supposed to take roughly 12 years, and it looks like it's, well, give me an intellect roll as you assess the information on the screen.
Let me see. I don't think any skills would apply, so...
If you have computers, that might help.
I rolled a 43, and
That is
on under.
Yep, you needed a 64, or you needed below a 64. 43 is a success. You know that your mission was supposed to take approximately 12 years, and it's been 98 years since you left. Something has clearly gone wrong. Let me bring us into the DRU. From here, you can see that the mission briefing is flashing on the screen to the right. If you want to open that mission briefing, you can double right click on that. It will ask if you want to open another link. It will open an external window. You go ahead and do that, and then it will give you the mission briefing. Tokugawa Enterprises Colonization Initiative. Mission: Colonization of Exoplanet NC-2806. Vessel: United Space Colonial Carrier Atlas. Departure date: January 15, 2109. Estimated arrival: March 26, 2123. Crew complement: 1,200 colonists. Overview: You have been selected as part of the Disaster Recovery Unit for the USCC Atlas mission to NC-2806. Your specialized training and skills make you critical to the success and safety of this groundbreaking colonization effort. Key objectives: maintain readiness for potential crisis scenarios. Ensure the survival and safety of colonists in emergency situations. Preserve the integrity of the USCC Atlas and its systems. Safeguard the mission's scientific and colonization objectives. Your role: as members of the Disaster Recovery Unit, you will remain in cryosleep for the duration of the journey, to be awakened only in the event of a catastrophic failure or upon arrival at NC-2806. Your team represents the last line of defense against unforeseen challenges that may arise during our mission. Mission parameters: journey duration 14 years, distance to NC 2806 39 light years. Planet characteristics: Earth-like, potentially habitable. Primary challenges: unknown alien environment, potential resource scarcity, psychological effects of long-term space travel. Final notes: remember, the eyes of humanity are upon us. The success of this mission will open a new chapter in human history. Your dedication, bravery, and skills are crucial to establishing our first interstellar colony. Tokugawa Enterprises thanks you for your service and sacrifice. Ad astra per aspera. Confidential addendum. For disaster recovery unit eyes only, be advised: in the event of catastrophic failure, your primary directive is to ensure the survival of the mission, even at the cost of individual lives. The establishment of a foothold on NC 2806 is paramount. Make decisions accordingly. I'm going to make this document available to all of you back on the main screen. So back on the Journal tab, there should now be a mission briefing. You can click on that at any time if you need to assess what the mission briefing was. That will give you all the information you just saw on the screen. Rabbit, this alarm is blaring in your ears. You know that there is something amiss with the ship. You are the ship's mechanic, the engineer. Your primary goal as a DRU is to ensure the efficacy of Tokugawa Enterprises' assets, and this ship is one of those assets. How do you proceed?
Well, I think at first, sort of wake up, see the flashing, hear the alarms go, bloody hell. Hands are shaking, my heart starts pounding as I push out. What I need to get to a panel. I need to figure out what on earth is going on right now.
Give me an intellect roll. You can use jury rigging if you want, as you're trying to access the information you need to know about what's going on with the ship.
That is 59 failure.
That is a failure. So in this game, there's a lot of failing forward. So you access the information, but it causes you some stress. You can see that right now the ship looks to be the hull integrity is lost. It means the ship is likely either been opened up at some form, that the hull is no longer stable, or physically some type of damage has happened to the ship. You've got minimal power and life support here in this room. It's only the emergency lighting that's on, and you are aware of just how low the power situation is on the ship.
Sort of jabbing at the keyboard, going, no. Panicking just a little bit.
Let me pull up a ship map. I'll send us all to the map here. And I'm going to pull out some tokens. So, Rabbit, you're over here at the console. Here's our Marine. Here's our Scientist. And here's Bonnie. Snowball. This alarm going off, you know that this is a danger alert. How are you proceeding?
Well, I think the first order of business would be to try and identify any immediate danger in the area and make sure we're in a secure location.
Yeah, let me have you give me a combat roll with. You can add your military training as you are surveying danger in the immediate area. Okay, that is a success. There's nothing in here that seems to be hostile. You know that the cryopods are just down the corridor from here. The lighting is minimal down the hallway. There's no sensors on the ship, It's basically dead in the water. In fact, you're not even sure if you're still in space. There's full gravity here. You may.
I will flip on my infrared goggles and take a look down the just where those cryopods are.
You see no signs of heat signature down there.
Well, with thinking that it's relatively safe, I will just hold our position while the others get things sorted out.
Taco, ship scientist, you know that this mission is important. This is a colonization mission. There's a crew of 1,200 colonists that were ready to take this journey and colonize this new planet. You get the sense that you have not arrived at your planned destination. You've been adrift for, almost 100 years. You think maybe you are planet side because you don't hear the engines and you don't feel any motion. There's no inertia happening on the ship right now. There's a good chance that you have landed on something or somewhere, but where it is you do not know.
Right. So, is there like any way for me to see if we've landed?
Yeah, give me a roll. You can make an intellect roll, and I will let you, as you access the computers. I don't think you have any specific skills for that, but maybe you're checking the computers, looking for information on current position.
Sure.
Do you have navigation or astrogation as a skill?
No, I don't.
Okay. Oh, nice. Yeah, you are indeed planet side. Looking at the scans, this is an unidentified planet. It's in a system that is uncharted, and you are sending out a ping to try and locate the nearest known planet, and it is unresponsive. You have no idea where you are.
So all the other colonists, they were on this same ship, right?
Uh-huh.
So, I don't know, maybe they all got off and we overslept or something. Maybe we should head off onto the planet.
Bonnie, what are you doing?
I'm going to use my computer skills to check the computer and see if I can gather any of that information that we don't have.
Yeah, absolutely. And if you've got probably computers as a skill, I'll let you use that, unless you're trying to hack into like any security files.
I will try hacking, as I'm expert in that.
Yeah.
Also, I cannot see anything on the map. It's completely black.
Let me make sure I bet your token doesn't have vision. Let me fix that for you real quick.
Oh, same
go
for
ahead.
me.
Yeah, mine also.
I'll go ahead and do my roll.
Anything on it.
Let me fix the whole map here. Sorry about that. Yep, there we go. Okay. Now you should all have vision.
Perfect. And I was successful in my hack roll.
Excellent. You got a 46, just below the 50 that you needed. You find that there are no signs of any information currently from the part of the ship that contained the colonists and all of the terraforming information. In fact, it seems as though your ship has been torn in two. You cannot signal the forward units of the ship. You are near the rear. You have no idea where the front half of the ship has gone.
It would appear we've come apart.
All right, how do we proceed?
Are we all in the same room?
Yes, we are all in the DRU room. This is the damage recovery unit room. This has the cryopods for the crew. It has a ship's locker that has all your equipment in it, as well as the computer panel.
So, in terms of these emergency situations, do we know who authority defaults to?
So, In this case, authority will default to the DRU. If this is a hostile situation, it will default to the Marine. If it is not a hostile situation, it will default to the Scientist. The confidential addendum to the mission briefing stated that in the event of catastrophic failure, your primary directive is to ensure the survival of the mission. The establishment of a foothold on this planet is paramount, although this does not seem to be the same planet. Make decisions accordingly. So the mission is still on, as far as you know.
And since things don't seem to be immediately hostile, I think, still just quite confused about what's going on, but I think I'll look to our scientist for, is the air safe if the ship has been torn apart? Should we be suiting up? What should we be doing?
Yeah, you do have some vac suits in here. If you want to, Taco, if you want to run a scan on the external environment, you can give me an intellect roll with computers for that. If you have botany or zoology, you can also add that. So it seems to be a garden world that you have landed on. There is abundant plant life visible. It is nighttime on the side of the planet that you are on. There are signs of higher than Earth levels of oxygen. It should be a breathable atmosphere. There are no signs of any harmful pathogens in the immediate area. It looks as though you would not need your vac suits. This may be a habitable planet for a colony after all. And Rabbit, give me a roll to see if you can get that alarm turned off. That'll be
Yes,
an
that was going to be
roll.
my next. Mechanical repair?
Yes.
Let's do that.
Oh, so you rolled a
no.
double. So that's a 66, and that's a critical failure. So you're going to make a panic check. So I'm going to roll that for you. So
Yep.
You need to roll. This will be a 20-sided die, and you want to roll. Oh yeah, you rolled above your score of 4. So you take a deep breath. You struggle a minute as you try to turn this off, and you don't think that you can, and you're like, oh my gosh, I hope I don't have to listen to this the whole time. And then you just grab a fuse and just pull it out, and the alarm kills.
Sorted.
Now you know that there is Rabbit, you would know that none of the external doors are going to function. None of the airlocks will function unless power is restored. Power is at emergency levels, but there's a power bay not far from where you're at if you wanted to turn on power, but you don't know what effect that may have on the wreckage.
Listen, Taco, was it?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, listen, I can get the power back on, but I mean, you're telling me our ship's been split, our hull integrity is non-existent. I don't know what that's going to do to the ship, but we're not going to be able to get out of here until I switch it on, so what's the call here?
If that's our only option to get out of here, then I say it's worth a shot.
All right.
Give me a mechanical repair roll. It'll be intellect.
Oh, that's a 28 under 55.
Very good. So you do manage to get power going again. When you do, the computer barks out an alarm.
DRU power redirected. Activate power in. Cryopods. Cargo bay. Computer. Life support. Power level critical. Ends in T minus 120 minutes.
And so I just started it says 59 minutes. It should be a 2-hour timer. And the reactor will explode if that is allowed to run down. So you've got about 2 hours in real time to do what you're going to do in this adventure. But the power does come
good.
back on, and you see the lights in the hallway come back on. You can now see into the cryopod room. If you want to head that way, that would be the next room down the corridor.
I think I look at our Marine. It's like, well, the door's open.
Oh yeah, I will take point and head down the hallway cautiously, checking for any hostile entities.
Let me just take us all to the cargo bay. Let me pull some tokens out here for us, just to make it easy. And I need to roll a die. Give me 1 second. Takanosho, you hear a sound, and you're not sure what it is.
Do I know where it's coming from?
It's coming from the vents.
Oh.
Now, when you go into... You know what? Sorry. I put us in the wrong room. Sorry. My bad. There we go.
Oh.
Sorry about that,
I'm
guys.
going to go back to the other one.
I know, right? The other one looks a lot nicer. Let me take us back in here. I'm like, that doesn't look right. Alright. Let me just grab my notes again. This cryopod room is massive. There's endless rows of open cryopods. There are bullet holes in the ceiling. There are puddles of rainwater. There are a great deal of bodies and blood. There's black flesh scattered about. You see a broken air vent boarded up with various debris. There are clear signs of struggle. It smells like an unwashed sauna in here. Snowball, give me a combat roll with military training. Ooh. Perfect. So, critical success. You hear a sound. And you see at the end of the hallway, let me post a picture here, this creature. In fact, there's 2 of them. They seem to be sniffing around these pods. Because of your critical success, they have not noticed you yet.
Well, I will motion for the rest of the team to kind of back up and just watch them for a minute, and if they start to get closer, I can open up with my shotgun, unless the scientists or someone else wants to propose a different route.
Okay, I'm going to give everyone a speed roll. This is basically for initiative. If you succeed, you'll go before these creatures. If you fail, you'll go after these creatures. And the Marine, you can add your military training to this. Alright, so it looks like Snowball failed, Rabbit succeeded, Taco succeeded, and Bonnie5 failed. So I'm going to put Rabbit and Taco. I'm just going to move your tokens up just a little so I know that you go first. Taco, you're up first. What do? You see Snowball kind of crouched down, holding his combat shotgun, pointing down the hallway, and you see these two spindly black creatures skulking about.
I do have a revolver, so I guess I'll take that out.
Okay, are you going to use it?
Yeah, I guess so. I'm pretty freaked out. I think my first reaction would be to shoot at them.
Okay, go ahead and give me a roll. Roll on your revolver. Let me get us some combat music here. Okay.
Oh no.
Alright. So you fire, and the round passes near the head of one of these creatures, and you see sparks as it ricochets off the internal hull. Now these are frangible bullets, meaning that they break apart on impact with something, so that they do not breach a hull on a ship. They will easily breach flesh, but you miss, and you see the round spark as it hits the hull. Rabbit, you're up next.
Absolutely backing up, shaking.
That
You know,
fits
we've
Rabbit
got to get out of
perfectly.
here. We've got to get out of here. I immediately start looking for, is there like a service hatch I could tear down that we could escape sideways through so that we don't. Because, I know this ship is going to go critical. We can't just go
Right.
back to where we were.
So there's a ventilation shaft. It's boarded up, but you could probably get into that shaft.
Oh, yeah, I'm going to just go straight for that to try and get us out of here ASAP.
Give me a strength roll as you just start pulling the boards and things that have been nailed over the ventilation shaft as you pull those apart.
Could I potentially use jury rigging? Because I do have tools and things on me.
Yep, I love it. You're going to take out a screwdriver and use it as a pry bar.
Right, let's do this.
Nice.
That's success.
Excellent.
24 under 50.
So you're going to have that open. On your next turn, you'll be able to scurry in there. The two creatures, they remind you of almost some sort of black dog on 2 feet. They're going to rush up, and one is going to go after Taco, and the other is going to go after Snowball. So the one on Taco. It tries to bite you. Let me assign this this damage to Taco. It will let me. Oh, okay. Let me give you the 8 damage here. That's a pretty good wound for Taco. Took down about half your hit points in that one fell swoop. The one on Snowball comes at you with a bite. That hits you for 2. Now, one thing I should mention. So, Taco, you had armor.
Yeah.
And your armor blocked 3 points of that.
That's
but
nice.
if the damage exceeds your armor, then your armor gets destroyed. So let me take your armor off of there. There we go. So no more armor.
Oh.
But it was, saved you 3 points of damage. But the Marine, he took 2, but his armor points are 7, and so he takes none because it did not exceed his armor. Then we go to Snowball and Bonnie 5. Snowball, you're up. You've got one of these creatures on you.
Yeah, so Snowball is going to try and shake it off and open up with his combat shotgun.
You can add
I
firearms to
don't
this.
remember. Do you get advantage or something with the shotgun when it's close range?
No, it does full damage at
Or does
close
that have to do
range.
with damage?
Yeah, if it's at long range, it does less damage.
All right.
Ooh, so you needed a 59 or below 59, but you rolled right on 59. So the buckshot just digs furrows into the black hardened skin of this beast, and it shudders down as it lunges at you again. Bonnie 5, your crew is being savagely attacked by these creatures. What do you do?
Having experience with my foam gun, would I know whether or not I can hit one without hitting any of my crewmates?
As long as you don't get a critical fail, you will not hit a crewmate.
Okay. I will go for the closest one that is on Snowball.
Perfect. Oh, nice. So he will take 1
Good.
point of damage, and then he has to make a body save or be stuck. And so let me give him his body save. Oh, okay. So he is not stuck.
Sorry. Okay.
But he did. There's a big blast of that sticky foam all around him. Taco, you're up next.
Okay, I'll just go in with the revolver again.
Okay. Oh. So that anything above 90 is always a failure. So again, this thing is biting at you. You're trying to shoot it. It's frantic. It's chaotic. Rabbit, you are in that vent. Do you climb on in?
I absolutely climb on in. I can see these things are too dangerous, way too dangerous. But from this sort of vantage point, am I kind of above them now, looking down?
Yes. Yep.
I want to pull out my Roscoe nail gun and see if I can nail them from what I feel like is a much safer position.
Yeah. From up here, it's likely they cannot get back at you. Go ahead and give me a roll. And are you attacking the one on Taco or the one on Snowball?
The one on Taco, because
Okay.
Taco does not look to have the same body armor as our Marine.
No, absolutely not. And has taken a vicious bite.
So to do combat with the weapon, do I click the weapon
Just
name?
click on the weapon. Yep.
Perfect. Okay.
Ooh.
96 over 38.
Yeah, that is not good. But your nail gun works, so that's the good news. As Taco, you rear back as this thing's biting at you, and you see a nail go flying just a millimeter from your nose, and you look around wondering, where did that come from? Let's go to the two creatures. The one is going to try to bite Taco again. Oh, Taco. 4 points of damage. And then the other one is going to go after the Marine. Oh, there we go. Okay, he misses. Let's go to Snowball. You're up.
Alright, I'll take another shot with my shotgun.
One good hit with that, and you can... Oh, critical failure. Okay, let me give you... Take your panic roll. Okay, well, at least you rolled above it, so you don't panic. Bonnie 5, you're up.
I'm gonna go after the one on Taco with my foam gun.
Okay.
Oh, had to reload. Sorry.
No problem.
No.
No, darn it. We go back to Taco.
Okay, I'll use the revolver again.
Okay. There you go, and you do 2 points of damage. So you strike it maybe in the hand and take one of the fingers off of it.
Nice.
And then Rabbit, you are still up in the vent with your nail gun.
Yeah, I'm gonna try and hit the one on Taco again.
Okay.
And at the same time shout down to Taco, get the bloody hell out of there!
Yeah, and Taco, you can see Rabbit up there just frantically waving at you to vacate the combat. Let the Marine do what the Marine does best. Oh, nice.
Ooh,
Hit him for 4
19
points
under
of damage.
38.
Very good. The nail embeds itself in the back of his thigh, and he lets out a little snarl as it strikes him. He will renew his efforts on Taco, coming in with another bite, and that's going to be a miss. So maybe that nail distracts him so he doesn't quite get there. But Snowball, this one is getting rather aggressive with you. He's liking his chances. He's going to come at you with balled up fists and just drive them into your chest.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, 6 damage. Your armor blocks all of it. Okay, Snowball, you're up.
Well, I will try and see if I can maneuver around Taco so they can start backing up towards the vent, and I'll take another shot.
Okay. There we go. Did you not click on your shotgun?
Oh, I believe I accidentally did a combat roll, not my shotgun roll.
Let me roll damage for you.
It's 4d10.
4d10. You got it. Okay, so you hit this guy, and that is enough to give him a wound. So you drop his hit points, and he takes a wound. Let me have you roll a d10 for me. It'll be a gunshot wound. So in the below where it says public roll on the chat screen, you can do /R space 1d10. I'm going to reference the wound table. So a 4. A 4 with gunshots is gunshot 4. Internal bleeding. He takes bleeding +2. So he is bleeding out, and he is going to escape and begin to disengage, and he's running away from you. You clearly have more teeth than he was betting on, and he begins to bolt away. Bonnie 5, you're up.
One more try to save Taco here.
You got it. Oh, hey.
Wonderful.
There we go. So it takes a point of damage, and let me give him a body save. And he succeeds again, but he does take some damage. All right, Taco, you are up. You can see Rabbit motioning for you to get up into the vent.
Right, well, I just saw the Marine basically, I guess, scare one of them off, so I'm gonna let him handle this one, and I'm gonna make my way towards
That'll take a speed roll to disengage from this creature and make it up to Rabbit. No, so you're not able to get over there. Or maybe you position yourself over against the wall, but you can't get up into the vent. This thing is just all over you. Rabbit, your turn.
I'm a bit torn. That one that's running away, is it still in range?
For your nail gun, let me see the range on your nail gun. That is, yeah. I'll say for this round, it will still be within close range.
Because I don't particularly want to now fire straight down on top of Taco with the nail gun, but
Taco
I also
probably
can't
wants that
stomach.
less.
Yes, and I mean, I also can't stomach the thought of this other one just appearing again out of nowhere.
Right.
I just, no, it's gotta go, it's gotta go. I'm gonna try and get it with my nail gun, the one that's running away.
Perfect.
Success, 20 under 38.
Excellent. 2 points of damage. Nice.
Nailed him.
It literally it howls as
I
it
was
takes
about
that
to
wound.
say.
The one on Taco is going to attack with another ferocious bite. Ooh, 9 damage, Taco.
Oh gosh.
Okay, so you're gonna take a wound. So that's gonna drop you to 0. Your 3 will carry over. Let me give you a wound, and then let's see what the wound is. Oh, geez, that's a really bad one.
What?
I'm not gonna do that right now because that's actually gonna be a fatal wound.
Okay.
Let me re-roll that one. Okay, that's better. So +1 bleeding. So you are bleeding, and you'll take 1 point of damage every round until that bleeding is stopped.
Okay.
And someone can do like an intellect roll to try and do a little first aid, or if they're trained in first aid or have a first aid kit, it'll be a little easier. The other one will make it down to a corner and dart away. We go to Snowball.
Well, the creature's still attacking Taco.
Taco,
I'm going to try and I'm going to do a tactical dive and slide next to that one and try and take it out with
Okay.
my shotgun.
Oh, that is a critical failure. You rolled doubles again. Go ahead and give me a panic roll. And you rolled above your stress score, so that's okay. But that's like your second critical failure with your shotgun. We go to Bonnie 5.
Bonnie is going to skip over there and do an intellect roll to try to stop Taco's bleeding.
Perfect.
Wonderful.
Oh, wonderful. All right, so Taco, you're going to take 1 point from having the bleeding condition, but then the bleeding has stopped.
All right.
Taco, give me a body save at having been just savaged by this thing. Okay, you just take a little stress. This has been not your best day.
No.
You just woke up. This thing tried to eat you. You've had better days. All right, we go back to Taco. What do you do?
I'm gonna head over to Rabbit. Where
So
Rabbit
try
is.
and get back into the vent.
Yeah.
You've got Snowball kind of occupying the thing now, so you can give me another speed roll with advantage. Let's see if you can get into the vent as Rabbit extends a hand to help pull you up. And yes, you managed to make it into the vent. Rabbit, you've got Taco up there in the vent. Taco's pretty badly wounded, but Bonnie 5 did just attend to his wound, probably pulled out a little cauterizer tool and cauterized the wound so there's no more bleeding, but Taco's pretty badly beat up.
Go, 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 go! As I'm like shoving Taco down
the vent? Nice.
And I'm gonna see if I can take one more. It's gonna haunt me that the other one got away, but I can't have two of them. I can't have two of them. This one's gotta go.
Right. Hit it with a nail. Oh, 98. Oof. The creature will bite at Snowball. And hit Snowball for 4, but your armor, again, prevents it. Snowball, make your attack. Oh. 34 points of damage. Okay. So that's going to be 1 over what its maximum capacity is. So tell me, how do you take this thing out?
So I think it just tried to bite through my armor. So I think while its jaws are still locked on, I'm just going to take my combat shotgun and I'll lift it up with one arm and press the shotgun into its gut and just let it take a shot from there and I guess splatter this creature's guts all over the hallway.
Just a huge shower of red mist comes out of this creature's abdomen as it is annihilated excuse me, by your combat shotgun. You quickly look around. You see that everyone is accounted for. There's still one beast that went down the passageway. Snowball, what do you do?
Well, seeing as the current environment is somewhat safe, I will defer back to the others and see if they'd rather take the vents or if we want to continue on our first path, and I can scout ahead if we want to do that.
Yeah, I'm not going first. If I
My
get
own-
injured, I can't do any repairs.
My only thought was that vent was boarded over by somebody, not alien, as if something was in that vent that they were trying to keep out. That's my observation.
I get out of the vent so fast.
Immediately.
Yeah, Taco, you heard something coming from that vent
Oh, right.
when you first got into the room.
Yeah. I'll get out of the vent then.
I get out and it is not graceful because I'm trying to go so quickly.
Give me a fear roll, Rabbit.
Okay. Whoops.
Oh, nice.
7 under 26.
Wonderful. So the idea of running into whatever might have been in that vent that Taco heard is Taco says, I think this is where I heard that sound come from. You are out of there in a shot, and you hit the ground and look up and just, couldn't have gotten out of there any faster. You know that the path ahead will take you deeper into the ship. The next room coming up is a cargo bay, beyond which would be the computer room. You head to the cargo bay?
Yes, but I'm going to stand hopefully behind Snowball, but in front of Bonnie 5.
Perfect. Let's go.
The middle is safer.
Here's the cargo bay, the one I jumped to a little early last time. This looks to be a small camp set up here. There's a shuttle here. It looks like this back panel is opened up, and Rabbit, you would notice right away that there's no power cell in there. This shuttle has no power. Most of the cargo from this cargo bay is missing. The loading ramp and the door to the outside are locked. There are 2 crew members present, Riley and Darwin. Riley is laying on the ground looking miserable, as though she has been dealing with some sort of infection. She says, "Hey, are you the DRU? Brick and Miriam, they went to go get an antidote in the science lab. You gotta watch out for those worms." And then you see the droid, Darwin, milling around, and he says, "Please avoid the vents." Let me just make a roll here to see who hears it. Taco, you hear again that same sound that you heard before, only this time it's a little louder coming from the vent.
I think Rabbit is actively sweating and not just from the effort of the recent combat. We got to go back and get the vac suits. We got to get the vac suits. Like, there's some sort of infection. You heard them? You heard them. They said there's worms. We got to get the vac suits.
Looking up in this bay, Snowball, as you are doing an assessment of any danger areas, you see up at the very top of the cargo bay movement. And it's kind of in the dark shadows, but there is unmistakable movement. It looks almost like the flapping of a flag or cloth or something up there.
If I switch to my infrared, does it give off a heat signature?
It does. Let me post a picture of what you would see with your infrared goggles. It would be an infrared, but it looks to be some sort of bulbous, cottony, almost like a jellyfish with tendrils hanging down. It seems to be adhered to the roof, to the ceiling of this cargo bay.
I'm gonna say that yeah, I'm with the mechanic on this, or the engineer. We should head back and get the vac suits.
Yep. Let's go. Let's go.
Now, Taco, when you heard Riley mention that there is some sort of illness and that the others have gone to the science lab to try and find a cure, you know that this would be important to you. And seeing this ill individual here, uh, that would be a motivation for you to want to find, if there is a cure for whatever this disease might be, or to perhaps even study this disease.
Yeah. Can I do like an inspection on Riley?
Like a quick medical exam.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you have like surgery or pathology as a skill?
I have both.
Perfect. So I'll let you use either one. Surgery gives you a plus 20, or pathology gives you a plus 10. So you could inspect for wounds, maybe checking more than just vitals, but you're looking for any signs of rampant infection. Oh, and you got a double. Let me give you a panic roll here. Okay, and that's over your score, which is 7. Give me a fear roll. Okay, there we go. Not so good. Uh, she's definitely infected, and you don't know what this illness might be. It looks as though she is definitely struggling with something awful. You suspect that if you can find a cure, it will be helpful, but that she's beginning to get a fever, and you know that if she does not get some sort of antiviral or some sort of antibacterial treatment, it will likely prove fatal for her.
Okay. Yeah. Then I guess we should go get the vac suits before any of us get infected.
Exactly. You know what they say, physician, heal thyself. Come on, let's go.
Right.
Now there are vac suits in the DRU unit. There's a ship's locker here in the cargo bay, and Rabbit, you would know that there would often be vac suits here. There may even be some in the shuttle. If you want to check in the shuttle, you may find some.
Oh, no, it kind of feels like anything that's here could be contaminated. They're talking about worms. There were dead bodies. There were dog things. But in the DRU, it was clean. It was fine. That. Yep. I don't want to touch any of these.
Perfect. Let's go back to the DRU. I'll have everyone give me a speed roll. This is to see.
Do
Yes.
do androids need vac suits?
No, you would not need a vac suit.
Okay. I will grab one though and bring it back in case somebody else may need one though.
Snowball, give me that speed roll.
Could I add my athletics to that?
You can if you are hastening back there. So Bonnie makes it there ahead of everyone else. Everyone else is probably on edge, looking for that thing that got away, and thinking it must have come the same way we just came, but we didn't see it. And as Bonnie gets to the DRU, everyone else hears this sound coming from the cargo bay. Some sort of almost droning sound that does not bode well. Let me throw some vac suits on everybody here real quick.
Did that sound mechanical?
Give me a roll. Do you have botany or zoology?
No, but I thought I might potentially, if it comes, like, if I could do mechanical repair to see if I recognize it as
Yeah.
like a mechanical sound.
I like that.
Or industrial equipment.
Do industrial equipment. I like that idea. In fact, I'll give yourself advantage on that. If you fail this, I'll let you re-roll it. Oh, but you passed it.
Oh, yes.
Let me give
17 under 50.
Wonderful. And let me get Bonnie a vac suit here, even though Bonnie doesn't need to wear one. Okay, if you go into your items, you should all have a vac suit. Tacos, yours got destroyed, so now you get to put one back on. That'll give you a little armor. Bonnie doesn't necessarily need one, but it may give you a little bit of armor. That's going to definitely, I'll equip that for Rabbit. That will give Rabbit some armor, which may come in handy. And Snowball, your standard battle dress is considered to have basic vac suit properties. So you probably want to leave that equipped, or you can wear the vac suit that you know will give you better protection against pathogens. What do you want to do? Do you want to take your chances? It will not provide oxygen for you, but you know that it is. Your helmet is sealed to prevent like smoke and things from getting in. But whether it's antimicrobial, you don't know.
Yeah, I can take my chances.
Is it possible for me to, because, I can't have Snowball going down on us. Could I try and use jury rigging to put a better filter in his mask?
Yes, I like that. Go ahead and roll that one with advantage. You've got the tools. You've got the wherewithal here. I love that idea.
That is a 25 under 50.
Wonderful. So you are able to improve Snowball's suit, and so that it has a antimicrobial filter on there, and you feel confident that he should be okay in any sort of environment that there may be respiratory particles or something that could get on his skin or something that may affect him in that way.
I give him the most awkward, attempt at a friendly pat on the shoulder, but it's can't quite figure out how to do the gesture. I go, there you go, mate.
Nice. You know that you have about an hour and 21 minutes left until catastrophic failure of the power drive.
Well, Snowball will gratefully accept his helmet, and then could he stock up on shotgun shells while we're back here in where our storage lockers are?
Yeah, let me go ahead and get you. Some fresh ammo here.
I would also like to look for some more foam, as my foam gun is out.
Yep, let me get you reloaded here, Bonnie.
And I'm going to plead for something better than a nail gun.
Let's find you something. I'll get Bonnie reloaded. And
Thank you.
Yep. And Rabbit, you look in the ship's locker. There's a couple different weapons here. You see a pulse rifle, which this is high tech. This fires a pulse of rounds downrange. This is significantly better than your nail gun. Do you want to take that pulse rifle?
Oh, absolutely.
Absolutely. Perfect. You've got the pulse rifle in hand. Let me get it equipped here. Perfect. And Taco, do you want to stock up a few more bullets, or do you want to grab a different gun?
I mean, yeah, if there's a better better weapon than I already have, then...
So there is a boarding axe. You know, this is used to breach doors. There's also a stun baton. Or you could grab more bullets for your revolver.
I think, yeah, I'll just reload my revolver.
Okay. Perfect. Okay, so it seems as though Riley needs us to get to the science lab. We head back the way we came.
Once again, behind Snowball, in front of Bonnie.
Perfect. We get
While we're
beyond.
making our way back, can I
Yes.
look for any signs of that creature that got away?
Yeah, give me an intellect roll, and you can use your military training on this. You look around. This thing was wounded. You know, it took some damage, and you see a little blood here and there, but you lose track of it. Uh, in the cryopod area, there was damage to the ceiling, and there were puddles around, and it looks as though all of the walking to and fro has just kind of disturbed the blood signs, and you lose track of it as it nears the cargo bay. There is a vent in the passage between the cryopods and the cargo bay, and you suspect it may have gone into that vent. The vent cover is off, and it's likely it has gone in there.
Well, I will warn everyone to stay wary of the vents.
Continuing deeper into the ship, you come to the computer room. The walls are covered with screens. From here, you see access to start the shuttle, to lower the cargo bay ramp. This room smells like dust and old electronics. And let me make a roll here real quick. Oh, this is going to be Rabbit. Rabbit, when you come into the room, you hear something coming from a vent.
It's in there! It's in there! It's in there! As I, point desperately at the vent and jump behind Snowball.
In fact, it sounds like voices. And you can hear one of the voices saying, "Come back alive." It sounds like several voices coming from the vent.
Nope.
Let me have Rabbit give me a fear save.
59 over 26.
Yeah, so your stress is going to go up as you see Rabbit beginning to panic. Not a full-blown panic attack, but Rabbit is jumpy. Rabbit's pointing that pulse rifle right up at the vent. Snowball, how do you handle that?
I might kind of put my hand on the pulse rifle and just lower it and say I'll take a look, and then I'll kind of investigate these vents first with my my infrared goggles, and then if there's no heat signatures, I'll try and open up the vent and just take a look in to see if there's any signs of those creatures been crawling around in there.
Yeah, go ahead and give me a roll. Intellect roll.
Can't you hear them? Can't you hear them? The voices. Can't you hear them?
I don't hear anything. What roll is that?
That'd be an intellect roll. As you begin to poke around up inside the vent, you can hear the sounds yourself getting very loud and very distinct. Someone is begging you to come back alive. Snowball, give me a sanity roll. brave Marine, and it sounds like someone in the vent needs your help. You know in your head that this is dangerous. This could be a trap, but part of your mission is to ensure the safety and well-being of the colonists. How do you respond?
Well, I will put my thermal goggles on, and then I will hop up into the vent and just kind of look around. Maybe go to the first bend and just see if there is some sort of, if it's a colonist or perhaps some creature luring me. I hope I'll see them before they see me.
Bonnie, as you see Snowball doing this, and you also notice Rabbit, kind of pointing his gun around the room, looking terrified, how does Bonnie react to this?
I will remind them of that our mission is not in the original order. We are to, above all life and limb, stick to the mission.
Rabbit, Bonnie seems to be coming back around to remind you of what the company wants, and it does seem like the company doesn't care about you that much. You've probably felt that way for some time. Bonnie seems to be looking at you with their deadpan eyes, their emotionless face. Taco, you notice this as well. You notice that people are acting strangely, a little different than what training would indicate. Taco, how do you respond to this situation as Snowball begins to go into the vent and Rabbit is being jumpy and Bonnie is over here reminding everyone to stick to the mission?
Well, I do believe that part of our mission was to save as many of the colonists as we can, and we are, I guess, part of the colonists. So I think we need to save ourselves before we go putting ourselves into danger trying to save people that might not even be there or be savable.
And Rabbit, you hear Taco talking about self-preservation over what the company needs. Bonnie seems to be more geared towards what Tokugawa Enterprises wants. How do you respond to this?
I think as soon as Bonnie started saying this, looking at me, fresh beads of sweat started to roll down my
Nice.
face. My hands are shaking because I know they're watching me.
Oh,
They're
yeah.
always watching me. When we were first, even from before I was assigned to the DRU, they're just waiting for me to mess up, you know? Then
Eh,
that report goes back to Tokugawa. I'm out. I have no income, no nothing, no life. So I'm like shaking as I like try to pull it together. I want to agree with Taco, but I can't in front of Bonnie.
in front
So
of Bonnie.
instead, Bonnie will report me if I
Bonnie is
do.
like Big Brother. Bonnie is always watching, always recording. Everything you say, everything you do is getting sent back to Tokugawa. They know exactly what you're up to.
Oh God.
Snowball. Snowball, you open the vent and you peer inside. And as you do, you hear that sound one final time, beckoning you to help them. You put on your goggles, peer into
And
the.
my shotgun will be leading the way as I enter this vent.
You see this inside the vent. This gibbering mass of tissue, beige tendrils, and human like body parts shifting and moving, mimicking the crying voices of former crew members. I need Snowball to make a fear save. this begins to weigh heavily on your mind, that perhaps this is composed of bits and pieces of the crew. You have your shotgun pointed down this air vent, and it slowly begins to propagate itself towards you, just shifting and gibbering. You see multiple mouths opening up on its body, and eyes popping in here and there, looking at you before they recede back into the flesh. If you want to take a shot with your shotgun, you can.
Yeah, I think this thing is most likely hostile, so I'm going to try and neutralize it.
You fire into the vents, and you watch in horror as several of the rounds seem to pass right through the flesh. You know you hit it center of mass, but this writhing lump of flesh just seems to shrug off that wound. Now, as an aside, that doesn't mean to say that your weapon can't damage it, just that that shot just didn't seem to have any effect on it because it was a failure. It reaches out at you. Give me a strength check. If you fail, you'll take 2 stress as it tries to grab you and pull you into the vent. It's got you. Taco, Rabbit, and Bonnie, you see Snowball suddenly get jerked into the vent after you hear the loud report of his shotgun, and you hear those whispers, the gibbering calling out, "Come back alive," as Snowball begins to thrash in the vent. So Snowball, if you want to add an additional 2 stress.
Can we grab his legs?
Yes, Bonnie.
Yes.
I'll let you go first, Bonnie. Give me a fear save, Bonnie, as you go up to grab him.
Made it.
Perfect. And then I'm going to have Taco and Rabbit make one as well. And because of Bonnie, fear saves are made at disadvantage. As you see, after what has just transpired, you're kind of speaking with Bonnie, knowing that the company's watching this. Taco, you fail. And Rabbit fails. That would make perfect sense. But Bonnie, give me a strength roll as you try to grab Snowball's legs. Oh, you rolled right at the number. So you've got him by the ankles, but you're not able to extract him at all from the passageway. Taco and Rabbit, what are you doing? Actually,
I think
the two of you, Bonnie's got her back to you. This could be an opportunity, but I'll leave it to you. How would Rabbit and Taco respond?
I mean, the first thought is this is an opportunity, but at the same time, if anything happens to Snowball and Bonnie, like, I want to live. I want to live. So I'm gonna grab essentially Bonnie and try and
Pull Bonnie.
heave them all backwards.
Nice. Give me a strength roll with advantage because Bonnie's got a vice-like grip on Snowball. Oh, nice.
Oh, success!
Very
140.
So as you lunge, you see Snowball coming out of the vent. His legs come out and kind of drop down to the ground as you see these beige tendrils wrapped around his upper body and squeezing him like dozens of small, pale white pythons. Rabbit, that's going to provoke a fear save, please. And Taco, what are you doing?
Yeah, I think I would want to save Snowball because I think he's probably gonna be like the biggest protector for me, so I think I would want to save him.
How do you propose to save him? He's being pulled out, but you can see he's being tugged in the other direction by some fleshy creature, the likes of which you've never seen.
I think I would just try to help pull him out.
Okay. do you want to try and like pull some of those tendrils off of him, or are you trying to pull him and that creature into the room?
I guess I could try to pull some of it off of him.
Okay, give me a strength roll with disadvantage as the thing is just squirming and writhing. So you manage to grab a few of the tendrils and they begin to wrap around your wrist. You've got some freed from him, but now you are essentially being grabbed. Snowball, give me a strength check as you try to break free. Oh, critical success. So not only do you break free, but you pull your shotgun free. The thing is still grabbing around the shotgun. If you want to fire, there's a chance if you get a critical failure, it may damage your shotgun, but there's a good chance you're gonna hit. I'll give you advantage on a roll if you want to fire the shotgun at this thing. $40 points of damage. Okay. Yeah.
Wow.
Tell me what happens as you obliterate this thing. That's max damage. Critical success
So
is max damage.
So I think, yeah, it gets its tentacles around my shotgun and it's kind of pulling it into its center of mass. And as it gets close, I think I just get my hand on the trigger and I just pull it and it blows the thing apart.
Just a spray of pulpy flesh. You hear those voices all screaming out in absolute terror. How do you, as you pull yourself out, how do you respawn? What's your response to all this?
Well, I'm gonna, I guess, share with the rest of the group that I think that our mission to ensure the safety of the colonists might be lost. It seems like whatever these things are might be the remnants of some of the colonists.
So if you can't complete your mission, what does your mission become?
I will defer to the robot on this one.
To Bonnie, if you cannot complete the mission, what is your objective?
In the event of catastrophic failure, your primary directive is to ensure survival of the mission at the cost of individual lives. The
Awesome.
establishment of a foothold on NC 2806 is paramount.
I think hearing this, Rabbit absolutely starts to panic and like sort of almost grabs onto Bonnie's forearms. It's like, I'm mission critical. If this ship busts, your chances of mission success are nothing without me.
Rabbit, you know there is a way out of here. That shuttle, it needs a power pack. From this room, you could open the cargo bay door, you could start the shuttle, but it needs power. If you can go find power, you can get out of here.
Yeah, I think that flashes through my head. And so I say, I have to get to the source of the power before it all goes critical. No, we have to power up the shuttle. This ship is not functional. It's not usable. You can't start a colony with this. But if we can move the people, move the survivors, we can do it. The mission will be a success. As I'm like clutching at them.
And you know that this isn't even the right planet. Taco found out that this is not NC 2806. So could the mission succeed here if this isn't even the location for the mission to take place?
Exactly. Like it makes perfect sense.
Snowball, what do you think about this?
Well, I think that Snowball's used to following orders, so he's he just wants to do whatever our mission is. He wants to see that it's completed. So whatever is our best option for completing the mission, he'll go along with that.
And as you say that, there's 59 minutes and 30 seconds until reactor meltdown. So you've got 1 hour. Rabbit, give me an intellect roll with advantage.
Dokie. Would any of my skills apply, depending on what this is for?
Jury rigging or mechanical repair. I'll let you use either one.
Let's do that. 19 under 55.
Nice. You know that this ship has to have spare power cells, and those power cells are probably in the auxiliary power bay, which is further in the forward portion of the ship. If you can get another power cell, you could get that shuttle, you could get it out of here. You have yet
I'll
to find
relay
any
that.
of the colonists as survivors. So far, you have found 2 crew members, one that seemed to be infected and said that 2 others went to the science lab, and then the ship's android that seemed to be rather untalkative, uncommunicative, as though its mission has failed and it does not know how to process that information.
Is the science lab on the way? Because it kind of sounds like we desperately need to have cures for us.
As you begin heading down the hallway, you discover that this is where the ship has been torn in half, and you can see out into the surface of this planet. It's thick green vegetation. It's dark. You see the glimmer of faint stars in the atmosphere. There is very little light to go by, but you can see faint flashing lights off in the distance about 200 meters away. It must be the forward part of the ship. If you can cross this terrain, you would likely find the science lab and auxiliary power there.
We need the auxiliary power. And it sounds to me like we need these cures. I'm not getting infected, man.
Taco, what do you think about all this?
I mean, yeah, I think one of my main priorities would to be finding a cure for this infectious disease that's spreading on the ship. So I say, and I mean the oxygen when I was observing the planet, it said it was breathable. It said,
And you do have vac suits.
yeah, it said we would be safe on the planet. So I think we should try to get to the science lab and the auxiliary power.
Give me a fear save roll, just because you're maybe getting a little distrustful of Bonnie, and maybe the ship's telling you everything's fine to get you to try and stick to the mission. Maybe it's not safe outside. Maybe give me a fear save roll. As doubt begins to creep in, as you realize that Tokugawa does not care one bit about your health and safety. So maybe the computer was lying to you. Would Taco still want to head out, trusting?
I mean, yeah, I would risk it to get to the science lab.
We have to cross 200 meters of relatively unknown terrain. It looks to be a slight decline. There's thick vegetation, plenty of room to hide. As far as you know, this planet does have life because you've encountered several strange life forms. How do you propose to cross that terrain to get to the other side of the ship?
Well, I mean, our only other option is to stay here and get infected or killed by one of these things, or to take our chances and get to the auxiliary power in the lab.
Snowball, are you going to take point?
Yeah, it seems like that would be the thing for Snowball to do.
And Bonnie, are you okay with this course of action to go to the science lab and potentially find auxiliary power for the shuttle?
It would seem this is the only way.
Give me
Yes.
speed rolls, everyone, as you head out into the darkness. Do you take any source of light with you?
Yeah, I'll put on my headlamp.
Okay. That is
Critical failure.
Yep. Let's let me roll that for Bonnie. 5. Panic check. Gonna do it. There it goes. Rolled above it, so you're okay. So, I think, did everyone fail? No, Taco succeeded. As you head out into the darkness of the planet, you can hear strange calls coming from the darkness. You hear a growling sound behind you. You're not certain, Taco, but you think you're being followed.
I'm just gonna start hurrying it up.
Do you start sprinting? You can see just up ahead, about 100 meters away, you can see the other side of the ship.
I think I'll start speed walking.
As you begin to speed walk, you quickly overtake Rabbit, and pretty soon you're up to Snowball. Do you pass Snowball?
I think I would just tell him that I heard something behind us and that maybe we need to go a little bit faster.
Just then, from your left-hand side, you hear a sound as that thing that you had injured earlier pops out of the woods. And Taco, you were the only one to pass your speed roll. You will get to go first.
Can I start running?
You can. If you want to do that for your action, give me another speed roll. If you succeed, you'll make it to the other side.
Is there any chance I would have seen this sooner with my thermal goggles on?
Yeah, I'll say you can go before the creature goes. You did have your goggles. Oh, nice. Taco, like a lightning bolt, just sprints for the other half of the Atlas. Snowball, you can draw a bead on this thing as it's lunging towards your position. You can see the nails in it where it's taken wounds, and your shot goes wide. There's a blinding flash in front of you, Taco and Rabbit. You see Snowball unloading buckshot into the woods as this creature lunges out at Rabbit. And it comes at you to try to bite you. Ooh. The worst part of this, Rabbit, is your vac suit excuse me, gives you armor 7, so you'll only take 2 points of damage, but it destroys your vac suit. You hear the rushing of air as your suit is breached. Give me a fear roll as you realize you're now breathing the atmosphere.
Oh, 39 over 26.
Yeah, you know, you just know, like, I'm not even in the protection of the ship. I just took a big lungful of whatever illness is on this planet. Rabbit and Bonnie 5, it's your turn. Rabbit, go ahead and go first.
Absolutely screaming in panic. I'm going to just spray and pray with the pulse
Nice.
rifle.
You hit it with a controlled burst of rounds. Oh,
78 over
almost a
38.
77. That could have been worse. But you see brilliant flashes of light as the rounds burst out into the darkness. Bonnie, you see this all happening in front of you. What do you do?
I'm going to fire with my foam gun.
Perfect. Ooh, nice. Let me give it a point of damage and give it a body save. Oh, hey. All right, it finally worked. It is stuck.
Finally!
It is adhered to the ground here and cannot move. You can easily make your escape from it. Is that what Snowball wants to do?
I think I will stay back until everyone is a safe distance, and I'm going to keep trying to neutralize this.
Okay. As everyone else retreats to the second half of the ship, you can pump another round into it with advantage, since it's locked in place by this foam. Okay. Yeah, you take
Nice.
it right in the head and just annihilate this thing. Everyone hears one last gunshot, a yelp, and then all is quiet. Let me take us to the ship part 2. Can you all see this? I think I've got that turned on now. Alright, let me just drag some tokens out. So we're coming up upon the farm station. Taco, you're there first. And then Snowball's bringing up the rear.
Can I give Rabbit that extra vac suit?
Yeah, you did bring an extra one. So, Rabbit, you can put on the new vac suit. You're already contaminated as far as you know. But it's better than nothing.
Yeah, I desperately pull it on, and then I kind of grab Taco with this desperate grip, like both sides, both arms. There's a cure, right? They said there's a cure.
Well,
You're a scientist?
right. Can I do an inspection on Rabbit to see if he's like infected or
Yeah,
anything?
give me an intellect roll. And if you have pathology or surgery, you can use one of those. As you inspect maybe the bite. As you take a look, you know that this is an unknown pathogen, but you don't see any scratch. It hasn't broken the skin, so anything from that dog creature you know has not likely taken hold. As far as the air goes, you trust in the computer scan that said the air was safe, and you know how jumpy Rabbit is. Rather than give Rabbit bad news, you tell Rabbit, yeah, everything's fine, and kind of give a half-hearted smile at Rabbit.
Oh, thank Christ.
We find
Oh,
ourselves
we gotta get this cure.
in the farm station, overgrown with vegetation. Here you can see Miriam Winters. She is half eaten, but alive. She lays on the ground, clutching wounds. She warns you. There's one of those things in repairs. One of those dog creatures. Colonization has failed. Survival is all that remains. In order to survive, you need to open the outside door to the cargo bay, retrieve a shuttle cell from the repair bay here, survive the trip back to the shuttle, start the shuttle using the computer, lower the ramp, and fly off into the unknown. So I think you are right on track for what needs to be done. As you enter this room, Bonnie and Taco, you notice that Miriam is badly wounded. Do you do anything to help her?
Well, can she be saved? Is she too far gone, or is there a
Well, she's
chance?
still breathing. She's pretty badly mangled. Go ahead and give me an intellect roll, Taco. this damage is likely fatal. It's not a matter of if, but when. And if left in the state she's in, she will likely only survive another day or two. But she will not recover from these wounds.
I'm going to take out my scalpel and just put her out of her misery.
Okay, give me give me a. I'm gonna say you can just do it, but everyone around you needs to make a sanity roll. So Snowball, Rabbit, and Bonnie make a sanity roll. Oh man, Snowball, your stress is up to 17. Oh, and Bonnie, this goes against everything that the company would have you do. Destroying a company asset, and you fail your panic roll. You lose motor control for a moment as your sensory inputs flicker. You are going to gain the coward condition, and you must make a fear save anytime you need to engage in violence. Otherwise, you will flee. So you recognize that this is not the mission. Everything about this is wrong. As you are recoiling from this blatant loss of company assets, you look on with great interest as you see small little black things crawling out of some of the vegetation around here and crawling up the legs of Taco and Snowball. Let me just post a picture. These little tiny dirty worms. Taco and Snowball, give me a body save.
Can we see this happening?
You can give me an intellect roll to see if you see this. Now, Snowball.
Because I feel like I'm on very high alert. I was already warned about worms.
Yeah, give with advantage if you haven't clicked that already. Oh yeah,
Ooh,
yeah, you see it.
Under 40.
You see them crawling over Snowball's legs, but his combat suit seems to keep them out. But you see them gnaw right through Taco's boots and begin to attack Taco's skin. They burrow right through any armor of 5 or less. And Taco, you failed your body save.
Yeah.
If I see them starting to go through, can I sort of rip out my stun baton and try and zap them before they
Yes.
get through?
Yep, give me a roll. Oh.
90 over 38.
No. And so as you go to
No.
stun it, you hit Taco in the leg, and Taco, like, what the hell? Looks back, and then you feel this pinch. And it's subtle, but it's a little pinch just on the back of your calf, as though an insect is biting you. And this worm is beginning to burrow into your flesh. You will take 3 damage. I'll go ahead and assign that to you. And Rabbit, you saw this happen.
I just start screaming, worms, worms, they're all over you, worms!
And Taco, you look down and you see this happening. Rabbit, give me a fear... Rabbit and Taco, give me a fear roll.
Fail.
Nice. Yeah, this is creepy, and Taco, you know this is likely a vector for disease. You may now well be infected.
Do I have the disease now?
Well, you desperately want to get to the science lab to see if you can rig up some sort of antidote. From here, there's a pathway that leads to the science lab medibay and one to the repair bay. Let me take us to the map. If you guys want to split up, you can. Let me see where the timer is at on here, because we are... Oh, there's 39 minutes left until the Atlas erupts in a giant fireball, taking all of you and everyone within about a 20-kilometer radius up with it.
Okay, so I'm gonna rush to the med bay.
Okay. Is everyone going to the med bay with Taco, or are some going to go to repairs, or
I think
what's the
Rabbit's
plan?
going to try and convince Bonnie 5 to go to the med bay because, they have that kind of knowledge. But they need Snowball to help with the heavy lifting.
That makes reasonable sense.
Snowball to the science
Sure,
lab.
whatever gets us out of here sooner.
As you make it to the science lab, give me 1 second. I lost my notes. This is a high-tech lab. There's lots of medical equipment. You see Brick Steel, a colonial marine. He is sitting on the floor, feverish. Give me the antidote, quick! Who's the scientist? Come on!
Is there an antidote?
You can make one here in the lab, and especially now that you have been infected, you can give it a tissue sample of your own.
Okay. Yeah.
So you need to make well, let's see. Actually, to power this lab, you're going to have to turn on the power on this end. There is there's a power bay. That's where you're going to get the cells. If you want to be working on that, someone else could go to the power bay to get the cell for the shuttle and turn the power on here so that you have access to the science equipment.
We have some sort of comms, I'm imagining.
Yes, you do. The vac suits would have them.
Yeah, in which case, I'll try, because I've got to go get power cells anyway, so try and get the lab powered up, because, I also can't afford to get infected.
So, let me take Rabbit to the power bay. Anyone else going to the power bay?
I think Snowball is.
And is Bonnie going to stay here in the lab, or does Bonnie go to power bay?
I will stay here in the med bay and watch over Brick
Perfect.
and the scientist.
Bonnie, you can tell that Brick is starting to get very aggressive, and it's probably best that you're here just to protect Taco, as Taco's trying to come up with a cure. The others make it to the power bay. This is full of pipes and machinery. There's an old school diesel generator with levers and dials. This can be powered up to give power to the science lab. It's going to take a roll. I think mechanical repair roll from Rabbit would be appropriate. You're able to get the power on, but it takes you a little bit longer than you were expecting. And as you're in here, you hear sounds coming from the vents. Whispering. Communications. Crew members.
Oh, I can hear them.
What is Snowball doing while Rabbit is getting this generator fired up, or getting the power going?
He's going to be scouting for any danger.
Okay, give me a combat roll with your military training. Oh, critical failure. Go ahead and make that panic roll. Your stress is a 19, so I don't know that you're gonna... You need to roll a 20.
It won't let me make a panic check.
Okay. I might have to pull your token out, and then I bet it'll let you do it. Let me get a token out here for you. Okay. Now can you make... If you click on your token, we'll let you do the panic check. Your heartbeat races out of control and you start to feel dizzy. You gain the condition deflated. Whenever a close crew member fails a save, you're going to gain 1 stress. Oh,
If the Marine fails, does that mean I also need to roll?
yes, because you have... let me pull you out. Because your trauma response is... well, you won't make a panic check, but give me a fear save as you see Snowball begin to kind of back up. He's looking at the vent, and it's like on Aliens. He's like, no way, man, no way. Like, just, I can't do this. And you see Snowball beginning to despair.
Oh God. Given that I'm in the midst of doing some repair stuff, can I add mechanical repair to this?
Yes. Because this spurs you onward. You're like, I got to get this power. We got to get out of here. And your sense of self-preservation is what drives you. And this fear at knowing that you're up against a clock, you get the power restored. There is, once the power's going, you can see where there's power cells for the shuttle. You and Snowball can grab one. Snowball, you're still a bit deflated, but you know that this is now a chance. And since Rabbit didn't fail that save, you don't have to gain any more stress. And so you both restore the power to the science lab. Let's take us back to the science lab.
Get it together! Smack him.
I love it. I love it. Let me pull you guys to the scene here. Where's Snowball? All right, Taco, you are trying to make this antidote. Now that the power's on, you can make an intellect roll with disadvantage. And you will create 1 if you succeed. No. So, this speeds up the infection. Okay. So, you can make another roll in a second. Let me pull tokens here because Brick is going to stand up and begin to push you away as he's trying to get to the... oops, we don't need 2 snowballs. As he's trying to get to Taco to try and get that... let me move Snowball and Rabbit over here. Brick is going to try to push you away, Bonnie. Give me a body save as he's trying to throw you down to the ground to get at Taco. Oh gosh, that's bad. Okay, you get hurled to the ground as he comes right at you, trying to get to Taco. Taco, you hear this loud clatter behind you. Excuse me. And you can see that Brick is agitated. Give me another intellect roll with disadvantage. Yeah, you just are struggling. Oh, you missed that by 1. Struggling to get this made. Snowball, as you come in the room, you see Brick, this fellow Marine, standing over Bonnie and threatening to kill Taco if Taco doesn't get him an antidote right now.
Well, seeing as I would take authority here, I will tell him to stand down, as I'm technically his senior officer right now.
Give me a combat roll with military training. Oh, okay. Because of the critical success, he stands at attention as muscle memory takes over, and he just stands over Bonnie. He's trembling. He wants nothing more than to coerce Taco at knife point to get this cure. But your dominating presence, you were deflated, but this gives you kind of a sense of purpose and drive. Taco, make another intellect roll, this time without disadvantage, as the situation seems to be under control. You are able to generate one antidote. So you know that... Oh, actually, sorry. 2 antidotes.
Okay.
So you generate one less than the number of infected people, and there's you, there's Brick, and there's the person that you left in the cargo bay. So you generate 2 antidotes. Who do you use them on?
I think I would give them to Brick and myself.
Brick and yourself?
Yeah.
As you inject the antidotes, you can feel the burning in your leg begin to ease. Brick begins to visibly relax. You've been able to help the 2 of you, but you know that back in the cargo bay, you have left Riley, who was infected, and you're not able to make enough antidote for them. But that may not matter because you've got less than 28 minutes before the ship self-destructs. From here, you'll need to get back across that open expanse of 200 meters back to the first part of the ship. We'll need speed rolls with disadvantage carrying that power cell. So Rabbit and Snowball, as you've got the power cells, you'll make speed rolls with disadvantage. Taco and Bonnie, you can make them just a normal speed roll. Brick is following you.
I'm wondering if, given where we were, if there was some sort of little trolley or hover platform that I could have jury-rigged to carry our stuff for us.
I think that there's definitely a trolley, something you could put on there that would make the going a little easier. For sure, while you're in the ship, when you're out and about, it might make it a little bit easier. It's tough because it's not designed to go on that sort of terrain. It's more for inside of a repair bay. But it does give you some advantage. Boy, did everybody fail their speed roll?
Would that take it off disadvantage for me and put it onto normal?
Yeah. Give me I like that. Give me a normal roll.
Oh, failure.
That was close. You, it takes you some time. Brick is in the rear, covering you, while Snowball, you're in the lead. Snowball, do you have your infrared goggles on?
I would imagine so.
And does Rabbit still have the light on, the headlamp on?
Yes.
You hear a sound coming from behind you. It's a familiar, disturbing sound as 2 of those dog creatures come out from the rear, chasing everyone. Let me get everyone kind of in order here. Brick opens fire on them. You can hear the staccato beat of his pulse rifle as he fires into the blackness. Contact! Contact! He yells. Snowball, you turn and you can see him firing. You can see these dark shapes in the trees rushing towards him. Let me have everyone make a speed roll to see if you go before the creatures or after. Oh, Taco, well done.
Yeah.
Oh, so Rabbit, oh man, with a 44. And Snowball with the 66. Oh, okay, Snowball. All right, so you rolled the worst possible one. We're going to get to what happens. Essentially, that's a game over for you. Your heartbeat races out of control and you start to feel dizzy. You are not going to make it out of this scenario, but let's see how your end comes about. So I'll let you play this up, but just with the knowledge that you will not make it. As the combat takes place, Rabbit, you get to go first. Rabbit and Taco can go first.
So they're all coming from behind us?
Yes, so you have a clear path to the other part of the ship.
Oh, I run straight for our ship. I think I've started to get a bit of a handle on the steering of this trolley, and I just book it.
Taco, are you gonna... you notice that Snowball drops the other power cell. Are you gonna since you
Yeah.
can go first, grab that and start going.
Yeah.
So Rabbit and Taco just start booking it for the original part of the ship where you came from. The one of the creatures attacks Brick. Oh, 14 points for Brick. Brick takes a wound. Let me see what the wound is going to be. The wound table. Oh, a limb is severed. All right, this thing latches onto Brick's left arm, and he's trying to shake it off, and you see it just rip the forearm away, leaving denuded bone hanging down from his elbow joint. And he's screaming and just firing his pulse rifle. Blood is just spraying from his joint there. He's taken on bleeding +5. Every round he'll take 5 points of bleeding damage. The other one will attack Snowball. Snowball. And Snowball, your armor will protect you from that. That armor has been, like, invaluable. Bonnie, let's go to you, and then we'll go to Snowball.
So I see that Rabbit and Taco have made it with the power cells.
Yeah, they're nearly to the
Correct.
other ship. They are just booking it to get back to the shuttle.
Okay. And I don't know that Snowball won't make it out.
Right.
But can I grab Snowball and bring him along?
Sure.
Drag him along?
Yep. You grab Snowball and pull him away, leaving Brick there to face his fate.
Yes.
Snowball, do you let Bonnie pull you away from the combat?
I think I'll probably try and break free.
Give me a strength roll with disadvantage. Yeah, because of your condition, the deflated condition, that's why I gave you the disadvantage on that. Because of that deflated condition, as Bonnie begins to pull you, you give minimal resistance. You kind of dig your feet in, but you go with Bonnie as Bonnie begins to drag you onward. Snowball, it's your turn.
Well, if I could get close, like just dive out at the two creatures, I'm just gonna pull the pin on my grenade and try and blow both of them up.
You'll need to. How do you get Bonnie to let you go?
I think I'll just tactically, like maybe
So Bonnie's got a hold of
use the
maybe like your combat
do a judo
webbing.
throw or something here, and just like throw them back towards the rest of the group, and then rush
Well,
towards these two monsters.
Let's say Bonnie's got a hold of your combat webbing, like the tactical vest that you wear. You could unbuckle it and slip out of it, so Bonnie just is holding your vest as you slip out with the grenade in hand.
That works too. We can do whatever.
All right, give me a combat roll for the grenade. So you are not going to survive. We already knew that you're not going to survive it. Let me roll damage, but you're also going to take out Brick. Yeah, you will all take 15 points of damage. There is a loud burst, a bright flash, and everyone, Rabbit and Taco, you look back and you see this flash and you see body parts go flying. And Bonnie, you are misted with this red spray that just washes over you. kind of covers your optical sensors. Your pale white skin is spattered with pink mist and tiny bits of snowball and brick and the dog creatures. And you're left holding his webbing, and you look down and you can see he's got a patch on his webbing, and the patch says "Powered by Coffee." And you will always remember Snowball for this heroic sacrifice he made. And then you know that the mission is of the utmost priority. You turn and follow Rabbit and Taco. Rabbit and Taco, you get back into the cargo bay.
Question.
Yes.
Can I shut and lock the door to the cargo bay so Bonnie can't get in?
Yes. So you guys will make it to the computer room first. Once you're in the computer room, give me a hacking roll to get that shut.
Ooh, I don't actually have hacking. I do have either mechanical repair, jury rigging, or
You do
industrial
jury rigging. I like
equipment.
jury rigging. Let's do that. You get it.
Failure.
Loading ramp closed.
You get the loading ramp closed, but you know that it's not going to hold. Bonnie's going to be able to bypass that. But you do have it closed for a moment. Bonnie, when you arrive at the ship, you see that the door has been shut. You'll need to do a hacking roll to bypass this if you want to get into the ship.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Fail.
So you're struggling to get in. You're wondering, why did they just shut the door? Oh, there's 17 minutes and 44 seconds left on the timer. You, Rabbit and Taco, you make it into the cargo bay, and you see Darwin puttering around almost aimlessly, as though his programming is no longer responsive. Riley is looking very agitated on the ground. Her eyes are bloodshot. She's looking at the two of you. Did you find Brick? Did you get me a cure?
Can I take out my revolver and shoot her?
Oh, yes you can. Give yourself advantage because she is laying on the ground. As you pull out your gun to shoot, you don't kill her. You wound her.
Right.
You hit her in the shoulder and she lets out a cry, and Darwin's eyes go red. And Riley gets up. What are you doing? What are you doing?
I turn to Darwin.
You're infected. We don't want to get
Yeah,
infected. You're infected.
Yeah, I turn to Darwin and I sort of panic, pointing at Riley and saying, "She's a threat to the mission."
Give me an intellect roll to try and deceive him.
Can I put my mechanical repair on this? Because he is a not quite functional machine at this point, and I'm giving him new directive.
I like it. I like it.
He won?
Yeah, he does not seem to want to respond to that. Bonnie, give me another hacking roll to try and get in through that door.
I'm coming in.
Riley is going to lash out at Taco. Oh,
Damn it.
You are not coming in.
Abandonment of Tokugawa property is not acceptable.
Oh, Taco, you take a hit, but so it destroys your vac suit, but you'll only take 1 point of damage. But your vac suit is destroyed. Taco, what do you do?
I'll shoot at Riley again.
Okay.
Ooh.
Oh, there we go. Where do you hit her?
Can I just go for a headshot or something?
If you'd gotten a critical, I'd say yes.
Okay.
But you hit her. You can hit her in the body or
Maybe in the shoulder.
The
then.
shoulder. Okay, you hit her in the shoulder. She spins around and falls to the ground. And you see her body twitching and convulsing. And she grabs a wrench and comes up, ready to swing. Rabbit, what are you doing?
I'm assuming that to take out the sort of weapon Taco's dropped the power cell.
Yes.
Grab the power cell, and I'm going to try once again to get Darwin, basically to help me. The only way to save the mission is to get us out of here. She's infected. She's going to ruin everything.
Ooh, yeah, give yourself advantage on this roll.
Critical success.
Oh, okay. Darwin's eyes flash white. Yes, the mission. And he grabs the other power cell and rushes over to the shuttle and begins to hook them up for you. And he's moving at lightning-like speed, getting everything equipped on here.
I run on board and
Nice.
start getting everything ready.
So you know that from here, someone is going to have to open the cargo bay door so you can get the shuttle out, and that can only be done from the computer room that is just adjacent to this room. But you can get the shuttle, the startup sequence going, but that needs to be someone. So Taco will probably have to go into the computer room to make that happen, unless
Couldn't
you can
Darwin
talk
do it?
to Bonnie or Darwin.
Bonnie's on the other side, aren't they?
Yeah, so when you open that door, Bonnie's coming in, but maybe we'll see what happens. Bonnie, see if you can get that door open.
I'd also like to try and see if I could communicate to Bonnie through the vac suit and say, Riley's gone mad and shut the door, they're infected. You need to open the cargo bay door.
Yes, you absolutely can. And Taco, Riley swings the wrench at you and misses. And Bonnie, you get the door open. And so as the door begins to open, you hear the computer calling out an alert that it has, that the door is now open.
Loading ramp. Open.
At this point, you hear an alarm.
Attention. Self-destruct sequence initiated. Detonation in T minus 10 minutes. Evacuation is strongly advised.
There are 10 minutes
I'm-
left.
I am jumping in.
Into the shuttle.
Yes.
Taco, you have Riley swinging at you with a wrench. What do you do?
I'll just shoot at her again.
Okay. Ooh. That's another bad wound. She hits the ground, is very badly wounded. Darwin rushes into the computer room and begins to fire up the shuttle start sequence.
Remote shuttle start initiated. Powering up engine. Life support systems online. Navigation systems
Riley
online.
kicks out at Taco
Fuel
with a
levels
boot,
sufficient. Shuttle will be ready
trying
for
to sweep
departure
your
in
legs.
T
Oh,
minus
Taco.
30 seconds. Prepare for remote disengagement.
All right. Taco, you're going to take... I think this is your last... Because, yeah, you had taken a wound at the very beginning, hadn't you?
Yeah, I did.
Okay. She kicks your legs, sweeping your legs, and you hit the ground and you bang your head. And then she takes this wrench, and there's a rounded end, and she drives it into your right eye socket
Oh.
and pops your eye right out. Just loops right out of your eye socket as you scream, grabbing your face as you are bleeding. Rabbit, the shuttle is powered up. The door is open. You and Bonnie are aboard. Taco is in mortal combat outside in the cargo bay. What do you do?
I'm wondering if I can make an attempt to get to convince Bonnie to get off the shuttle to grab Taco.
Yeah.
I go, that scientist is the only person who knows anything about the data that was gathered here. The company needs that. That's company property. You cannot leave company property behind.
Bonnie, how do you feel about that? Not you as a player, but Bonnie as a character.
Bonnie would be conflicted because they already closed the door on her once.
Well, you don't know we did that.
No.
I would go out to save Taco to preserve the mission.
Now, Bonnie, I will let you do this, but I will draw you to your bio, and your second point is kind of a secret thing. Does that come into play now?
I am highly under stress. Yes.
Yeah. So, if that happens, you can tell me exactly what Bonnie would do. Or if you want to go out and get Taco, you certainly can. But this will give you an opportunity if you want that to come into play.
I'm going to go ahead and find out what that bug does, or what that virus does.
Give me a body save as you begin to run an analysis on it.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, critical success. So you know exactly what this is, and you know that this is something that was put in there by a lazy programmer. It was simply an error in the coding, and that this was designed for them to be able to use you to, hack into Tokugawa financials and skim, 1/10 of 1/1000th of a credit off of every transaction, and you know that that's all that you were being used for. Was you were someone's prank to try and get them money, and your whole life you've been going about serving Tokugawa, and yet here one of the programmers has been using you for their own nefarious deeds, and that may change how you feel, if you're able to feel at all, about Tokugawa. And knowing that, what do you do in this moment?
I am in it to save my human companions.
Going after Taco?
To hell with the company. I'm going after Taco.
Nice. You're breaking your programming. Bonnie, as you come out of the ship, you've got your foam gun leveled. If you want to take a shot at Riley, you can. Let me reload that.
Absolutely.
There we go. Oh, nice. Riley will take a point of damage. Let me give Riley a body save. Oh, Riley makes the body save. Riley is not held in place. Taco, you are blind in the right eye. Riley is just driving that wrench, trying to pop it through your orbital bone and into your brain. What do? You still have your revolver in your hand.
Yeah. Oh.
Let me give you a panic roll. Oh, compounding problems. Doomed. You gain a new condition, doomed. So all your critical successes are now critical failures. You pull out your gun and you fire, and all that happens is a click. You realize that you either hadn't reloaded, there was some sort of malfunction with your gun. You don't know. You can't see it. But there's a click. Your gun is not working. You feel as though this is your time. That there's no way out of this, and you just begin to give up all will to live. Rabbit, you're alone on the ship. The ship is going. Do you wait for Bonnie? Bonnie's off the ship.
Absolutely not. Going, gone. I launch.
The ship pulls out of the bay. Bonnie, you turn around and see this, and you think, what a bastard. They just left me here. And Rabbit, you blast off through the atmosphere out into deep space. About 3 minutes and 48 seconds later, there's a giant eruption on the planet as the Atlas reactor overloads, and everything in a 20-kilometer radius is incinerated. Bonnie 5, Taco, Darwin, and everyone else are gone. But Rabbit, you made it out alive. And that is the end of the adventure.
Wow.
I want to thank everyone for playing. That did not go how I thought it would, but that was an awesome ending. Any questions about the plot of the adventure? I think you did everything. You figured out exactly what's going on and what you needed to do. You needed to try and escape. It was an every person for themselves sort of scenario. Any questions?
I'm just sorry Snowball wasn't here at the end to see it.
Well, Snowball's, he was probably looking up at the sky as that shuttle took off while the dogs were eating him. Oh no, he got blown up. Never mind. He was not. No, his eyeball was probably staring up into space as that happened. So was for JD and Nigel, was this your first time ever playing Mothership?
Yes,
it was.
So what did you think of the game?
I absolutely love it. Number one, using Foundry makes it actually quite beginner friendly, I would say, because
it does all the math for you. Yep.
So that was great. I love the whole stress type mechanic because that feels so true to like sci-fi horror.
Like everything is just making it worse.
And it feels great to be able to lean in to those tropes, like the action tropes, that everybody for themselves,
Definitely. Did you like the little hidden agendas that you had? Like everyone had one that kind of made them distrustful of someone else.
Oh, I absolutely loved that.
Awesome. Well, I had a great time playing with you guys. I've played with Nigel before. JD, this was my first time. I hope it's not my last time. I hope I'm able to get you in some other games. I just actually wrote a Mothership adventure. It's Red Dwarf themed. If you know Red Dwarf,
yes.
Yeah, so you can play Crichton or Rimmer or Lister or Cat. And
my gosh!
I'm so excited to run it. I'm actually running a game of it, I think, next week, and then I got another one coming up in January. So I would love to have anyone that is a dwarfer to absolutely hop on there and just have a blast. I will post this recording. I'll start it uploading as soon as we're done here, and then I'll post the link in the Discord.